This short video is part of the 6 SAVA project dissemination activities.
Today we are going to learn how to secure the required funding for your startup.
Securing funding for a technology startup is not just a necessary step. It is a strategic challenge that can determine its success or failure. These companies face a path full of uncertainty, where initial costs are high and revenues take time to arrive. Closing the gaps between research, validation, and market entry requires a well-structured financial plan. Identifying the right sources of capital at each stage is essential to keep innovation moving forward. The journey of a technology startup from research to market adoption is marked by critical phases where insufficient funding can halt progress. Each valley of death represents a gap between technical advancement and available capital. First, when moving from laboratory research to real-world validation, next, during industrial scale-up and market entry, and finally, before reaching profitability. Overcoming these challenges requires a financial strategy closely aligned with technical development, anticipating which sources of capital, public funding, private investment, or banking, are essential at each stage. Crafting this roadmap not only mitigates risk, but ensures that innovation advances without becoming trapped in these valleys. The sources of capital available to startups vary significantly depending on the maturity of the project and the associated level of risk. In the earliest phases, funding typically originates from the founders themselves, or their close personal and professional networks, commonly referred to as friends, family, and fools, FFF. This initial capital often supports proof-of-concept development and early-stage validation. As the project progresses, public grants and research funding programs become key sources of non-dilutive capital, enabling technological advancement without requiring financial returns. Incubators and accelerators then play a pivotal role by providing both funding and strategic support, including mentorship, infrastructure, and access to networks. Business angels contribute not only capital, but also valuable industry expertise and operational guidance, often serving as early-stage partners in the venture's growth journey. In more mature stages, venture capital firms step into fuel scaling through larger funding rounds, enabling market expansion, product development, and team growth. At this point, alternative financing options, such as crowdfunding or bank loans, may also become viable, particularly when the startup has demonstrated market traction or established cash flow. Each funding source aligns with a distinct risk profile and corresponds to a specific stage in the venture's evolution. This progression underscores the importance of strategic timing and a clear understanding of the investor landscape. In the entrepreneurial ecosystem, building relationships with investors who share the startup's vision and possess deep sectoral knowledge is essential. However, the challenge lies in securing capital without compromising the long-term trajectory and operational focus of the business. When preparing to engage with professional investors, entrepreneurs must carefully consider several key factors to build trust and enhance their chances of success. First, clarity in the value proposition is paramount. Founders must be able to articulate the problem they are solving, the uniqueness of their solution, and the competitive advantage it offers. Market validation is equally critical. Investors seek evidence of real demand, whether through early customer feedback, pilot programs, or pre-orders. A robust and sustainable business model must be clearly defined, demonstrating how the venture will generate revenue and achieve profitability over time. Equally important is the strength and cohesion of the founding team. Investors often say they invest in people, not ideas. A committed, diverse, and complementary team with relevant experience and leadership capabilities significantly strengthens the venture's credibility. Founders must also demonstrate a clear understanding of risk, acknowledging potential technological, regulatory, or market challenges, and presenting a well-articulated mitigation strategy. This shows maturity, foresight, and a disciplined approach to execution. Financial preparedness is another cornerstone. Entrepreneurs must have a firm grasp of their financials, including unit economics, burn rate, and capital requirements, and be able to clearly articulate how funding will be deployed and what return is expected. Finally, the ability to craft an investable narrative, beyond the data, is essential. A compelling story that aligns with the investor's vision, reflects ambition and purpose, and communicates a clear path to impact, can make the difference between a meeting and a successful investment. In summary, funding a technology startup is not merely about securing capital. It is about building a strategic partnership grounded in trust, alignment, and shared vision. By understanding the ecosystem, preparing thoroughly, and presenting a clear and compelling case, entrepreneurs can navigate the financing journey with confidence and position their ventures for long-term success.
Thank you for listening. If you want to know more, visit us at 6sava.eu.